up?
All right, guys. So it's Lover Boy season. February 14th upon us, guys. Valentine's Day. It's Lover Boy season, bro.
Lover Boy season.
We got a couple of guests today.
Kovin Kestnar.
We've
got Thatcher Robinson.
Wait, you guys want to give out the government? Oh, but
these are the gov names.
The government, yeah.
We don't add a thing.
And this Thatcher Robinson, rapper. Hey, and you got your name Thatcher as your rapper, eh? Rapper name. That's dope as fuck. What do you think about like people using like aliases? Because like
technically Thatcher Robinson, like my govy is Justice, right? But Thatcher Robinson came as a DMT trip, so I was tripping DMT. You know how you're not supposed to look in a mirror when you're on psychedelics?
Not really.
Okay,
I always look in the mirrors.
It's a big thing where you're not supposed to look in a mirror.
Yeah.
Super high on psychedelics. I took a half of shrooms, like 3 tabs of acid, smoked some DMT, and I'm looking at the mirror and I'm like, Thatcher Robinson, Thatcher Robinson, Thatcher Robinson. And my buddy grabs me, he's like, who the fuck is Thatcher Robinson? I'm like 17 at the time. I looked at him, I'm like, bro, I don't know, but that's a sick name. I'm going to use that for music. And then I kind of held it off until I was like 21 to use the name. Like I had it, it was a low-key name in high school, to do some tangs type thing. Yeah. And then, it eventually just became a music thing.
That's dope. So your name is Thatcher, though?
My name's Justice.
Justice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legal name.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, that's... I always thought your name was actually Thatcher, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I hold down the alias that hard, bro.
It's fucking... I actually believed it. I'm like, dude, that's a pretty fucking dope name, Thatcher.
Right?
So you're just whispering off DMT, just like, Thatcher Robinson, Thatcher.
Yeah, I was like, Thatcher Robinson, like tapping.
Yo, you haven't met Plaster Jonathan yet, though.
Plaster Jonathan? Who's that?
That's for later.
When I was an alcoholic, he used to call me Plaster Jonathan. I used to wake up with a Snapple and I'd be like, it's breakfast, bro. Because we used to start like film every day, do photos every day in the summer, like 2 summers.
Every single day.
Yes,
yeah. We did it every single day for like a whole 2 months.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, we'll get like you're his cameraman, right?
On top of that, I'm a vocalist as well. I do a whole bunch of stuff. I produce. I do everything and in between.
Nice. Like what kind of music you rap to as well? Yeah,
I do some type of like trap metal, like a mishmash of all types of different stuff. But I've got something I've got to inquire with you about. Real quick.
For sure, bro. Yeah.
So, Sphincter Peg Clark, Winnipeg Clark, is the big guy in the city. He's the big cojones.
Who's
the big cojones.
Wait.
Winnipeg Clark is the big cojones, but you're coming in,
and
you've got that aggression, you got that muscle mass.
Yeah.
I can tell you're charging. You're like a rhino, right? So this is what a bull or a rhino mesh. You can mesh the two together. I'm gonna get my Sony A7S.
Rhino's kind of racist though. It's on Wakanda.
Oh, okay. My
Black History Month. So just keep it.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. I'm gonna slow you down. Here. Okay.
All right.
So what we're gonna get? I'm gonna get this inflatable pool. Think mud wrestling. You, Winnipeg Clark. Both of you guys at it, shirts off, fighting. Wrestling. Hardcore wrestling. And this is how you assert your dominance in the podcast scene contained within Winnipeg.
Oh, he'd smoke Donnie, bro.
Are you sure?
He'd smoke
This is what I want to see.
How big is he?
Oh,
he's a big guy. No, he's a big guy.
Just based on body,
I'm 225.
Clark could get smoked.
I'm 225.
This guy's telling lies. He's a big dude, okay?
Clark's so tiny, bro.
You have not seen the photos I've saw of him, okay? So let me tell you something in advance.
Looking up his photos?
You better believe it. And let me tell you something in advance. It's going to be serious.
All right, but as long as you're filming, bro. I
want to see you assert that dominance.
We'll put pay-per-view.
Man, he's got you in his corner. He's got you in the corner.
Yeah,
he's knocking you while you're down. You get up. You take the podcast scene over. This is how you do it. And look, I'm friends with Donnie, don't get me wrong, but I want to see the underdog come and try to take his spot. I want to see the two clash.
Oh, yeah. And he does podcasts too?
Yes, he does podcasts.
I don't know. I never.
He's
met
got
him.
like 1,500 views.
1,500. That's it.
That's big. Hey, look.
No, he paid for those.
Look, no. This is Winnipeg. That's serious numbers. You get in there.
1,500. That's funny. I'll beat him up. I'll go on record and say, if I see him, it's on site.
Look,
I don't even know who he is.
It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50.
Yeah, and Kovin also does music with me under 49 Sinners, which originally it used to be Thatcher, Rob, and Sin, right? Which was like almost that's Robinson was shortened into like It was Robinson, because I came up with Robinson. Yep. Then Robinson when I first made a rap thing, and then I was like, Robinson kind of slides better. So his thing was 49K the Shaman before it was Kovin Kestnar. That was his original rap name. So we're like, yo, if we take Sin from my original rap name, we take 49 from your original rap name, we make it 49.
Mesh the two together.
Duo. Because like, and that started as originally I used to like do really lo-fi shit, but live I'd scream, because I screamed one time. I seen people start like rocking into each other like mosh pit style, right? When he seen one of my live videos one time, he was like, man, why the fuck don't you do that on a record? Because he was doing that. Yeah. So me and him made a record, and it was like Fuck Your Click by our buddy Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat ends up doing lots of artwork for like Bones, if you know who that is.
He was with Bones like, in Team Session.
He's made songs with like ASAP Rocky. He's on Canal Street and shit. So he ended up making the beat for us, which was super sick for us to send the beat, because Tunnel Rat grew up with him. So we ended up making that song, and ended up being super good. It got like kind of lots of people even over time, like 3 years later, people are like, man, I love that sound. You guys have to do that sound. So we decided to make it a group, because that way I could separate more of my R&B lo-fi stuff and like my drill stuff with the scream stuff, right? Because people know where to look when it's the actual scream stuff, especially because we complement each other so well when we do that.
That's dope, man. And it's always good to have a guy that's sober too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can't have a cameraman fucked up. Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm the fucked up cameraman.
Yeah.
I'll say
Why is the video always? Well, I saw him film. He's filmed shots with like a shit hanging out there on more than one occasion.
Is his dick hanging out or what?
You better believe it.
Did you at least clip those ones out?
No. We keep it all in.
I got a deep look through the videos. My slang's just gonna be in it.
No doubt, no diggity, no doubt.
Alright, let's just get into. Okay, I'll do some questions, bro. Like, well, actually, do the intro. Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. This is gonna be. This kind of got a couple drinks poured up and shit, but like I want to ask you, like, how did you get into rap? Like, what got you into rap, or how?
It's a long story.
Like,
so originally, I used to do lots of like writing, dissecting of like ASAP Rocky and stuff when I was younger and stuff. Super interested in rapping, and then I kind of wrote lots of things, and it wasn't that good, right? So eventually, I started doing some band stuff, right? And one of my buddies that I did lots of music with, he's in this kind of like Queen type band called Panic Land. I used to make lots of music with him when I was like in grade 8 and stuff, so maybe I was like 13, 14. And then when I was 16, me and my buddy, we really wanted to make rap music. We had this like really, I wouldn't say it's corny, but you know, like the backpack rap music era where it was like battle rap.
Dude,
and stuff.
it was fucking
so
boys,
I used to like battle rap in high school and stuff, and I was pretty good at coming up with shit on the spot, like punchlines and stuff. Yeah. And then me and him created this group that never ended up really making music at first, called Lightweight. We all just sat on it for a couple of years because we went through lots of shit, like our friends getting into addiction. One of our friends passed away. Like a couple of our friends passed away growing up, and that's just like how it is when you grow up in because we went to Kildonan East, right? It's like not the worst high school, but it's one of the not better ones, right?
Yeah. Because I went to RE, and I remember all the bad boys went to KE.
Yeah. Wait, do you know do you know Dylan Kroback and shit then?
Not really. No, I don't think so.
Okay, Dylan Kroback, my manager, went to RE too, but it might be different age groups. So we made music, and at first, even when I was 15, I had this joke rap alias called Richard V-neck, and I had a Versace V-neck that I used to have when I was 15, and that's what we based the whole alias around. We used to like write with that and stuff. And then eventually when I was like 20, my buddy hit me up, and he's like, well, I hit him up, and I was like, yo, I heard you're a producer, because at the time, do you know who Matt Red is at all?
Yeah, Matt Red. Yeah.
So Matt Red used to work with my buddy Bill Snowback, and I heard some of his beats. I was like, that's super good. And I was like, I'd like to work with you one day. Maybe like a year later when I was 21, he hit me up. He's like, yo, are you being serious about the rap stuff? And it's like, I was kind of decent, but I wasn't that good. When I linked him, he knew more about rap theory, making music and stuff, you know. So when we ended up making music together, he's already worked with artists like Matt Red and stuff. He kind of more structured my stuff, would mix and engineer it. Like, if I didn't have him at the start of my music career, it definitely would have been a longer time of me to get good. But he kind of was like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And eventually it ended up forming my music. And that's kind of how I got into rap, was him. And we made a couple like songs or whatever. I put a song up, and on a whim, like, lots of people were like, obviously when you first try to do something different, lots of people come negatively about it, right?
Oh, yeah.
My school and stuff, past life, they're like, oh, it's just gonna do shit, it's gonna flop. I didn't pay for the views like on my mom. I wake up the next day and I had 30,000 fucking views on the SoundCloud song.
It's just SoundCloud, bro?
Yeah, the day I posted, it's like, weirdly SoundCloud blessed me, and this was almost 4 years ago. So this is when X was popping, Lil Peep, so SoundCloud was still in a gold era. Mm-hmm. On Monday, I was the #1 most listened to song in Canada for a whole like 2 days in SoundCloud.
That's dope, man.
And that was my first track drop. So after that, I was like, man, if I could do that, I could kind of go with it. And it was like fake it till I made it. Eventually, I got pretty good with like people around me telling me like, yo, you actually do something good. So I reformed it and just took time to study music, study my own stuff, because like I'll maybe make 30 songs but only post 5 of them. And then his story
on the back end,
yeah,
or on the burner,
yeah. I'd say I have over 300 music files on my own laptop, and then some of my producers probably have 100 plus. And then how did you end up getting into music?
Oh, long gradual thing over like 4 years or so. Yeah, it's not a whole lot to tell there. It just kind of happened.
Just kind of.
That's like, just how it happened.
Like the way I got into it, bro. You guys got a lighter, anyways?
No.
Yo, can you pass the lighter, bro? But the way I got into it, bro, I just started like I was in grade 6, and I remember like teachers used to say, "Yo, you could be anything you wanted." So I just started telling motherfuckers I'm gonna be a rapper. I didn't even write anything. I didn't do nothing. It was literally grade 6, and they're like, you can't. Everyone was just like so negative, right? You're never gonna be a rapper and shit like that. And it's like it's just almost like the hatred kind of fueled me, and I just kept like. At first, it was like I would try my best to write. Right. But then I got like I really fuck with Little B, like the Little B era. Yeah. Just freestyling. So then I got really deep into freestyling, which would bring me to my next question though, bro. Like, do you guys fuck with freestyles more or less, or writtens when you go into the studio?
Lots of time. Like personally, my hit songs, I'll be vibing in the studio. It doesn't matter.
Just like, freestyle?
It's a weird ass time, bro. It'll be like 2, 3 in the morning. I put on a beat, kind of be vibing to it. And like at first what would happen is I used to like rap to it, try to remember. I have this weird shit where I literally will record it now. And then I kind of just take off. Oh shit, that was really good. And that's usually what I go off for my hit songs. So it's freestyle to kind of start the idea, so it's genuine. If I could even freestyle the whole song, like I've had songs where I've really felt the beat, I freestyled it the whole way through, and then some parts I'm like, but I'm like, yo, this kind of sounds like this if I made this an actual, you know, and sometimes that's how I even make the songs, because it just flows by the ear, right? You just gotta feel it sometimes.
I had a buddy that would write, he wouldn't even write, the way he would write, he would freestyle, and he'd freestyle like each line, so he'd be like, okay, and then play the beat. He'd have like maybe like 8 bars, and then he'd go rap the whole 8 bars, and then whatever came while he was rapping on the beat, he's okay, now write that down.
And that's where punching comes in handy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you could really build something solid just off of that. Like you don't even have to write. Like it depends on like your setup, what you've got going for you, how good you are at improvising off the top. Mm-hmm. You know. Like Wayne, for instance, like I'm pretty sure he doesn't write a word. He punches everything.
Punches it. Yeah. Punch it. Oh, okay, I don't like that. Rewind. Okay, come back on it. Yeah, I've seen him in the studio doing that kind of stuff. And it is the freestyle eras, like especially with like Young Thug and all of these guys. Like I couldn't imagine Lil Uzi's always writing, right? Like, no, he seems like he's even a freestyle kind of guy too.
Did you see that Aiden Ross video recently where he freestyled like on the spot to the NBA even beat, and he just had to feel it? Like it's crazy. Lots of these guys have down a formula, and I feel like once you have your formula, it's a little easier to freestyle. Tory Lanez is one of the guys who I want to fucking be able to freestyle like one day, like, because just for one, he's Canadian, and for two, I grew up listening to lots of his shit, like album to album, even with the controversy, like album to album, you know.
Well, after Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, he's been dropping nothing but fucking bangers, man.
Straight up. And honestly, you see how big Tory Lanez is, you see how big Megan Thee Stallion is.
Yeah.
He would have got smacked around in that fight, boy. Straight up, like he would have been embarrassed. His rap career would have done. He had no choice with the shooter in the foot, really, man. Like straight up, he knew he was done. It's like a linebacker coming at you, bro.
She really a stallion, dude.
Yeah. She built like LeBron James, bro.
Like
LeBron James is a tick, bro. Like straight up.
I can just imagine.
Oh, bro. Biggest influences, like who's speaking? I guess it's Tory Lanez is a big influence. Any other?
Tory Lanez for sure.
Big influences.
I'm gonna go from we'll go from different eras of where I was inspired and stuff because I usually always fuck this one up. I swear to God. So early inspo, my mom grew up listening to like things like Tupac, Exhibit, Biggie Smalls, lots of that stuff because my mom's a person of color, so we didn't grow up to lots of rock music in our house. My grandpa went to jail for selling lean, pretty much, different kind of people type thing, So we all listen to rap music in my family, Our family reunions, we all listen to Christmas music. We bump like rap stuff and shit, So growing up to that, those guys were a big inspiration. Like you said, you wanted to be a rapper since you were young. I think I heard an Exhibit song when I was a kid, like little, and I was like, I kind of want to do this stuff. But growing,
it's nice, man.
Yeah, but growing up, lots of the guys who inspired me when I was in high school were like ASAP Rocky, The Game, definitely. I really like Joey Badass in high school.
Don't forget
Avril Lavigne,
bro. She's got bangers.
She's got bangers.
Have you ever wondered what she smells like?
Yeah, I think it's
Have you ever smelled Prada candy?
Prada candy.
My buddy Austin
like
was saying it was
like
probably like a mixture of expensive perfume and cigarette smoke, like a mesh of the two.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got their own brand.
Lavender and cigarellos.
There you go.
And then
smoking on black amounts, yeah.
When so lots of my family lives in Toronto, so I go back and forth from Toronto to Winnipeg, right? So I heard of Drake when I was like 10 or 11. I used to hear lots of his freestyles and stuff. He used to actually write for Dr. Dre. Lots of people don't know about that when he was 14.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was deep in the game. So I was a deep Drake fan. I took lots of inspo from him when I was like early high school. And like I said, like ASAP and shit. Lots of those guys. And then at the end of high school, I used to use this app. I think it was called Spinnerella. And Spinnerella, you could pretty much look on it and like mixtapes were made by DJs and stuff.
Yeah, I think I know that app.
And you could download music, right? And it was popping when you had a Samsung and shit.
Yeah.
Or when you first had an iPhone, you couldn't download music. So to download on the app, shit was popping. That's how I found lots of guys like Denzel Curry, X, Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty. So I found them in maybe grade 11. When I'm 24 now, so that was like, I'd say almost 8 years ago now, right? So I was bumping them, listening to them, and I remember throwing Lil Uzi on at a couple parties, and so many bitches were like, man, this shit's crazy. That's also one of the guys we spoke on Lil Uzi earlier. Lil Uzi, Playboy Cardi, big inspos of the new era. I really like Big L, like I said. Lots of Trippie Redd shit's dope. City Morgue definitely inspires lots of mine and his shit. X is super cool, like his music and his vision. Kind of like more lyrical dudes, I'd say. I really like Lil Durk, like all the eras, Lil Durk, Yo, stuff like that, Smurkio, shit like that. I already said Polo, didn't I?
Polo G?
Yeah, I really like Polo G a lot. Kind of like new wave rappers. What else am I thinking about, like new wave? Because like I said, I just have like a weed brain all the time.
Oh no, it's all good.
But yeah, lots of like, or Lil Baby, I really like Gunna. I really like artists like that. Like lots of the guys who are revolutionizing music and doing something different with it,
Gunna pushing P, bro. That shit crazy.
And then there's the darker dudes from Winnipeg. I'd say like, have you ever heard of Night Lavelle?
Night Lavelle, no.
He's kind of like a darker rapper, but he also does like, I'd say kind of club music somewhere in the middle. And I really like his music a lot too for what he does. But yeah, what are your biggest inspo into rap music?
I was going to give you an ironic answer. I was going to be funny.
Yeah.
But I thought I'm just going to cut it, be completely honest, genuine with you guys. Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
Dude.
Him exclusively. And it's not just the music, it's the aesthetic. You see a guy with a chiseled jawline like that.
He's good looking.
Surfer abs.
YNW Melly is a fucking huge inspiration to all my new
Murder
music.
on My Mind?
Yeah, bro.
When you see someone with dirty blonde hair
I really
like that, that kind of blows in the wind.
He's gone.
And you look into those crystal blue eyes, and you see the soul of the artist. You know what I mean? You see the soul of the artist right there. Gord Downey got to get away.
Vaughn?
Listen, no, stop.
King Vaughn's
Stop. Gord Downey got to get away with singing through his nose for years on end in the Tragically Hip. No one gave him flack.
Yeah.
Now Chad Kroeger comes and does the same thing. What is everybody doing? Giving them fucking flack.
Well, they're
unacceptable.
They became an easy target, but bro, like never made it as a wise dude. Couldn't
never made it as a poor man singing.
Iconically,
this is how you remind me.
These are
you see that guy singing that? You see those crystal blue eyes? They look into your soul.
Before Kovin finishes, I started actually a rapper top 50 list, so I'm just gonna go off of the sum because like I used to take a lot of Xans. So Lil Wayne, fucking huge inspiration. Wayne, lots of big pun shit. I think he deserves to be in the top 50. 50 Cent when I was a kid, like my sister, she's 10 years older than me, right?
Yeah.
So she used to be in a G Unit. She used to be in like all these fucking like gang type Jordan wearing dudes, fucking bringing around 50 Cent all the time and shit. Like I like really fucked with that shit. My uncle used to like be inspired by 50 Cent. Got a similar ass chain. It was like 3 pounds. It was fucked. Damn. So he's a big inspo. Pierre Bourne. I eventually want to get into production. And then like, yeah. I forgot those two.
But 50 when he was remember when he was battling Kanye West, bro?
Yeah.
I was cheesed when he fucked.
I got upset about
50
that.
50 was
too,
like
man.
on top, bro. Like,
but also
Kanye
I feel like that
bangers.
was who were the best two advertisers in the game.
Yeah.
50 Cent and Kanye. They probably invented that shit together right then.
Most likely, yeah.
After Chad Kroeger, what are your serious insults, bro?
Serious? We gotta take it back
be
here.
Be real with this shit. Like, no Chad Kroeger.
No Chad Kroeger.
We know you ain't listening to Nickelback, boy.
No, well, they were married, so it's like correlation, Correlation is not causation. So anyhow, I've got to hand it to the Dixie Chicks.
Dixie Chicks? For real?
Boom. So boom. They hit it off with George Bush. Yeah. They went to war with George Bush.
Oh my God.
In 2002.
Now we gotta clip it for you, Kovin.
Hey, sorry. Pardon that.
No, that's so good.
They went to war with
audio is gonna be
No, they went to war with George Bush. They held it down in the CMAs. Yep. When everyone was against them, I don't know. I like to think in the same way. You ever hear of Wesley Willis? He has this really hard song. It's called Rock and Roll McDonald's. Bangs! You could Google that after. Great outsider artist, very punk. That's pretty much, that's it summarized if I'm being cut and dry. This guy here, he inspires me every single day.
Every day, yeah.
When I see him walk out with this Tommy Hilfiger hat on, I think,
it's beautiful.
Gosh, that is the guy that's got the world in the palm of his hands. Yeah. And that's why I'm here right now. That's why I'm with him. I'm to the end. And he's got a Louisville sweater on to represent from 2 people in our group. Mm-hmm. 2 people in our group are from Louisville. Enhanced Drew and Stinmore 84, Oliver Cassidy, both from Louisville. 2 people from the conglomerate group that we exist in.
Jack Harlow.
You went to
No, he did. Yeah, some of them did. Yeah.
No, is that not
That's dope. Hey, keep it on the down low. Apparently, he's not that nice of a guy. But I haven't met him in person yet.
Doesn't he? Isn't he bisexual?
Is he?
Maybe.
I heard him on an interview. He's like, I like to party with girls and boys.
If he was wearing those shoes, he could get it. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, what happens behind closed doors is what happens behind closed doors at the end of the day.
You don't vibe that. Another smoke?
Yeah, if you're down.
Oh yeah. Yo, man, you got another smoke, bro?
I'll plug it in.
But yeah,
we were gonna start off with some really.
Yo, this is the No Jumper podcast in Winnipeg.
Quite literally.
Fuck No Jumper though.
Quite literally.
Fuck out on 22.
We know what the fuck going on. A whole lot of gang shit. It's Pretty Boy season.
Pretty Boy season.
February. You all know.
Fuck these hoes. Hey, it's Valentine's Day. You guys doing anything special?
Absolutely. I'm going to the Frog Festival, the Festival of Frogs, as I am part frog.
How does that tie into Valentine's Day?
Because February, le Festival du Voyageur. Okay. I'm part frog. Okay. I've got to represent for my lineage.
The spirit animal frog?
Frog is a proper term to identify with French people. So I'm going to Le Festival du Voyageur.
That's fire.
Yes.
I'm hoping my main chick works on Valentine's Day so I can still give my gift to my side bitch. And then I'll see my main bitch after, and I'm going to give her a big teddy bear if she won't know a thing.
Don't forget about Bill Snowman.
Until this podcast comes out.
Just playing.
Obviously, these are jokes. There's only one main chick.
Actually, yeah.
Side chick.
Actually,
oh my god. There's only one side chick.
It's only one. If you could feature anyone, if you could have a feature with anybody, who would you do? Like anybody in the world.
Chrissy Troy.
Who the fuck is?
Yeah, like come on, bro.
Chrissy Troy
oh come on, you don't listen to Hot 103?
Like a serious fan of yours could be watching shit like, what is he into? Oh, he's so mysterious. I still can't crack the fucking code. Like Jesus Christ, Kovin, give some of your fans like some actual info on yourself, bro.
Actual info?
All they know.
I've been dropping.
Does she drop music?
No, she would introduce my album. She'd be like introducing my projects like a mixtape.
Yeah, like
my
DJ
brother
drama.
met her at a barbecue, and she was fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
That's the extent of it. He just said she was fabulous. I don't know anything else about
her. So
her.
you want a feature with her? What kind of feature? Like a feature film?
No. Like I would want her to introduce my. Hey, we're not.
Introduce her OnlyFans?
No silly business here, my friend. We're not going to venture into that dirty territory.
It's respectful.
Very respectful.
Keep it respectful.
Exceptionally respectful.
It's Valentine's Day, guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah man. You got to at least hit her with the rose petals when you hit her with the OnlyFans.
Okay, alright.
Okay, so
Chrissy Troy,
if I like the Toronto man's inside, growing up lots in Toronto, like I've always wanted a feature with Drake. I've always wanted a feature with Party Next Door. Those are two big inspirations for me. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a sidetrack. I ghostwrite lots of music for lots of singers and stuff. Sometimes rappers, post-war. No, I'm just kidding. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, you ghostwrite for post-war?
No, I used to one time. One song. Gave him a couple lines. I was just playing around. That was just a joke.
All this shit's written by you, by the way. Let's just throw that out there.
All my stuff's written by me.
Yeah.
All post-war stuff's been written by. No, I'm kidding. No, it's recent stuff.
German lies,
couldn't be written by me. Okay, so hold up. So, like I said, eventually I'd want to write a song for like Rihanna or maybe you know who Clairo is?
Clairo? No.
She's like a kind of like a mini Lana Del Rey that's not as much of a bootlicker.
Okay.
You know, because
is she Canadian or States?
She's from the States, but she's really she's an independent singer. She's super good, man. You definitely gotta check it out after. Like I said, if Lana Del Rey wasn't a bootlicker and had better music than Summertime Sadness, that's her.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd want to ghostwrite something for her. And actually, if Lana Del Rey wants to come back on lots of her BLM statements and shit, then I'd like to write a song for her one day, maybe. Who even knows, man? Like,
wait, what did Lana
Del Rey made a bunch of racial comments during the BLM stuff, so I can't rock with her.
What did she say? They don't really matter.
I'm not too. Everybody just like, bro. I was so behind on like I just like listening, right? Yeah. To Lana, so everyone's like, oh, you can't listen to her. She's a bootlicker. She did this.
She got canceled.
No, they can't. Pretty much, like
you don't get canceled nowadays. It's pretty much shit. Because they
pretty much, man. That's true.
They're trying to cancel everybody, bro.
That's very true. And then other features wise, like people who I think it'd span my music, like who I've always looked kind of up to producers. I definitely would want a song with Pierre Bourne, and then TM88, maybe fucking 16-year-old who I was just talking to the other day. I actually made a joke because me and him have curly hair and we're both Mexican. So I was like, yo, 16-year-old's my little cousin, and he actually thought we were cousins. He's like, what the fuck, really? And replied, and that's how I got on the 16-year-old's DM. It was funny as fuck. But revolutionary-wise for features, like things I think would bring up my career, maybe some music-wise. I really want to collaborate with Lil Uzi. I feel like he brings up lots of songs.
You fuck with Ski Mask?
Ski Mask is sick.
It would be so dope to get on like the DJ Scheme train. Like DJ
that'd be sick. I was gonna say,
bro, like those guys are fucking, and they seem pretty legit. They seem pretty like
DJ Scheme's dope. My buddies in Chicago work with them. The guy that owns Half Evil, he works with Cole Bennett and shit. So he knows the DJ Scheme stuff. He's half people's collab with DJ Scheme and stuff. So I considered going to Chicago and meeting lots of those guys. Yeah. And then someone like X I'd want to collab with, and then someone more from like the goth scene. I don't know if you've ever heard of Drippin' So Pretty before.
Drippin', that's a rapper?
Good looking guy.
Yeah. Maybe like Melly too, like YNW Melly would be sick. Yeah. Lil Baby would be sick. Gunna. Anybody on Young Thugs Camp, Gunna, all those guys.
Yeah, they're those guys.
Yeah.
Lil Goddard and I really fuck with Lil Goddard and Lil Keed right now.
Lil Keed, so good.
I'm really fucking with those
guys. I thought I told
you
that. That shit's so like, oh my god, by fucking Lil Keed, bro.
Trapped in Cleveland that he just dropped is freaking dope.
It's good shit, man. Yeah. So anybody from his cap, or maybe like we fuck with City Morgue hard, so maybe like a City Morgue feature, even to do a video for them or something one day would be super sick.
That's dope.
What about you, Kovin, Chad Kroger again?
I'm stand by every statement I've made so far.
No, but who would you want as a dream
like
feature?
If you got a feature like
and Billie Eilish before she fucking pulled the bullshit. Okay, like Ocean Eyes, Billie Eilish. If we could get a time machine,
Ocean Eyes was the best era.
Before
ask
she was
Ocean
a
Eyes
bootlicker and
shit.
Best. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, actually, hold up. Kid Cudi, Travis Scott, Kanye West, 50 Cent. Fuck, those would also be dream features. But that's like, it takes me a minute. My brain processes with Xan, so it's like, but it's like an old computer in the 90s loading a picture. It's like that. So that's my finalization. Yeah. We're locked in there.
You guys know Devin the Dude?
Devin the Dude?
Yeah.
What does he look like?
Oh, dude, he's like this stoner. Like, man, he's like a legendary like Houston artist. You probably heard the song Doobie Ashtray. Ain't no more doobies in the tray. What you gonna do when the people go home? And
I think I've heard it.
You might have heard it.
I might have heard it.
He is on a song with, I think, Snoop Dogg too. Like, What a Job. He's like I don't know why he's underground, but he's been in the game for like since the 90s.
Would you hop on something with him?
Dude, like I was looking at, bro, the prices for the feature that I seen. It was they sent like, I guess his camp sent me back, and it was like me and my buddies were like, we got to pull together like it was like $5K for a feature, but like he's like a legend in Houston and in the underground scene. Like Snoop Dogg gave his flowers to him when he came on the GGN podcast, I think.
That's fire.
And he was like, yeah, dude, like, yo, you got nothing but bangers, bro. And he just stayed away from the industry kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, he just wasn't like, he just did his thing, like kind of like like I guess Chameleonaire kind of like.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And also last minute, you brought up Houston. Speaking of Southern rappers, I love McConan, Maxo, Cream, and fucking. I was gonna name one more. Okay, we'll just go with that. Clearly, that's what my brain wanted to say. Collaboration-wise, I feel like any of those guys, if I could land a feature with any of them, it'd be fucking awesome, man. But those are guys. I have a list. Pretty much, I have things written down in front of me. I wake up in front of like this New York ass picture I took. So I'm like, one day I want to live there. And I wake up in front of a dream board almost, right? So lots of these guys I want to work with. Hopefully I will. I worked with Smoke Perp one time with and that was a whole shitty ass contract. The Bay. Me and this guy got the contract together and we were smashing the same chick. We found out we were canceling this contract. Like, bro, we got to sign with Smoke Perp. Why are you gonna cancel a contract? Whatever. It is what it is, man.
You're just mad because you were fucking the same bitch, or what?
Yeah, I picked him up from the chick's house and was like, I slept there last night.
Oh shit! Maybe you shouldn't have told him that.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh man! But I guess so. You'd be pretty open to like collab with like quite a bit of artists, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty open.
Anybody that sends something.
And it's not even like the mainstream. Lots of like the mainstream dudes I find on early, like him as a witness. I'll find these dudes and put it down on them. Like Pop Smoke, I found Pop Smoke when we made Flex, and I was bumping him. Mm-hmm. And my buddy made a joke one time because I used to be a server before. Like I went pro with music and management and doing like advertising. And he was like, man, every one of your favorite rappers that you find underground, it's almost like they die. My main line, bro.
But there's just so many rappers just dying, period.
No, but like, bro, my favorite rapper at the time that I'll be putting on, like, Juice WRLD was my favorite.
Juice
he died.
WRLD,
X was my favorite. He died. Lil Peep. I got like Lil Peep tattoos before he died. He died.
Oh.
Fucking even Little Pump, for example. Little Peep. Fucking.
R.I.P. to Pump, man.
See, that's what sounds. R.I.P. Little Pump's career, man. Straight up.
Bro, his song with Tory Lanez though, like
I haven't heard it yet.
Racks to the Ceiling. You haven't heard it? You guys gotta fucking check that out.
Y'all gotta listen to that.
Tory Lanez killed that verse. Like it was a typical Little Pump, like whatever, Racks to the Ceiling, right? But it was like
Tory Lanez kills everything though.
And just fucking.
Tory Lanez has a fucking million verses.
Yeah, but so it's good to be open to features and shit, because like there's some people out there like that are making music and they're stingy, like, oh, like I don't want to do art, you know. Certain types of people, if they're sober, they'll be like, I don't want to do anyone like with like that smokes weed or some shit. And it's like, dude, you're fucking up your
speaking
whole,
of things like that, like dream
shit.
collabs and shit, right? Mm-hmm. You know who Snot is, obviously, right? Like Taking the Moon to Stars, bitch. The guy who produced that, fuck you, Tommy Ice. He's a fucking bitch.
You don't like the
no, the guy who produced it. Me and him were supposed to collab. Me and him were friends. He's all cool, blah 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 blah. Found out I had money, started taxing me, tried to tax me more for it. All of a sudden, he was gonna do free for the feature. Then he's like $500, and he's just fucking hurting, messaging me like, so what's up? I'm like, first of all, I have to message my team, see if it's okay with them. Like, it's not just a fucking. And at this point, I'm realizing I'm like, he's scamming probably a lot of kids, man. Yeah. And I'm not with that shit. If a kid hits me up, I'll give him the 100. I'll be like, okay. Like, realistically, like a little kid, or, you know, they're young, and I guess that's, like, I give them serious impressions, but I doubt lots of these big guys even read the shit. Lots of them are just looking for money, and they're broke off this shit, right? Because they're not genuine to the art. If a kid hits me up, I'll even just fucking, how would I say, what's the word where you almost like play onto it because you know they're not going to do it, but you're being a nice guy. I'll be like, yeah, man.
Or something like that.
Almost like that. Like, send me the open. You know what? I'll do the free for open for free. And most of the time, they don't even send the open.
And it's outrageous how many people in the underground do this. Like, people with only 50K followers just scam, you know, kids in high school with like $600. And it's like $600 might not be much to some people, but to some kid who's been working all summer, then they take that and run away with it. Or they send an open they've sent to like 4 other people. Yeah. I know a whole bunch of people that do that. I'm not going to say any names. There's some people that have even scammed artists like that within the city. You know,
it's big.
And it's hard for me to even look at an artist after they do something like that and be like, yo, I still rock with you. I could still rock with your music after you do this to your own fan base.
Speaking of people doing that, I'm not going to speak on his name because he passed away. It's nobody in our age group, but it was a guy who used to work with Winnipeg's Most. It's not Jamie, because here's a weird thing. I used to live in a duplex with Jamie when I was a kid, like Brooklyn from Winnipeg's Most, which is crazy. I could say some off the thing stuff about business and stuff, but you know, we can't say that on a podcast in case cold case police. I'm getting
but you know what happened to Streets? We used to have Streets, like the fucking FM rap station.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers were like fucking selling drugs out those the studios and shit. That's why they shut down, bro. They were like laundering money through the studio, and I'm like, bro, like you just fucked up the whole scene for Winnipeg rap, bro. Like we had
one of the guys
who though. Too.
I hit up from the old scene when I first started, right? Like, I maybe made 10 songs by now. Thinking, my buddy suggested it, hit this guy up. He tried charging me $1,000 for a beat, bro. A guy that makes music with Charlie Feta. I'm not going to give his name because, again, he passed away. He's a good guy and stuff, dope guy, but it's sad that to see how much people manipulate the young people of the city. Like, I've considered getting a grant through Manitoba Music before to even get inner city kids out of that and get them into music, because I remember lots of time I didn't have the resources or tools or lots of people around me to tell me, even like growing up, now I realize I know a lot of what to do, but I didn't have like parental guidance saying, oh, do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? So maybe if I had this group, it could almost, or not group, this program, it could reach out to a lot of kids and show them there's more behind it, you know?
That's dope. That's a dope vision, man. Like, it'd be cool. It'd be really cool to just set up a studio and just like, cause like there's like we got like 3 studios in the city, bro. Like, we don't have a lot of shit.
But if it was funded by Manitoba Music, hold up, I could get a professional engineer in there and pay him by the hour, and he would be more serious about his work other than half-assing and showing these people serious. Because I'm serious about doing it for free. But that doesn't mean, you know, all these people who are normally engineering for money and stuff will be.
Yeah, you get like a drop-in. You just get drop-ins that come in and not really serious about it.
Yeah, exactly. But it saved lots of these kids from gangs and like, because I remember early on too, when I was in high school, I almost got pulled into some shit of, I was selling before I even, like I got put into selling before I even know it. And I was just like, you know, through high school, I was a 90 plus student AP IB courses, and it's just like you don't even know before you get put into it. You're in poverty, you think you make a couple extra dollars and shit, you know. And then but lots of these kids, if they had other resources telling them like, oh, you could do this, you could do that, I feel like they wouldn't. lots of them wouldn't subdue into it. It's just because that's the only thing they know.
Yeah.
And the only person who's going to give them advice. It's like the vicious cycle. And you can't blame their OGs because that's all their OGs know to help them out. They want to help these kids. But it's like, if there was more resources and tools for these kids, it could recreate the community, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, I definitely, I get where you're coming from, bro. Like, there's too many people getting wrapped up. And the gang life, it works for a little bit, but not. I mean, you can't be sustained. You can't be 35 gangbanging, 40 years old gangbanging.
Exactly.
You either wind up in jail or dead, bro. Like, a lot of these things.
I was gonna make the point that there's an outrageous amount of talent contained in the city, and there is so much potential for growth, and there's so many young quality artists that are even like 5-6 years younger than us, and I'm not seeing the supports in place, and I'm not seeing enough push to get creatives out there.
The city has a weird system where it's like the guys at the top and everybody's trying to step on everybody's heads.
Everybody's trying to step on everyone else's neck.
If we worked like Toronto and we made a scene and like made it interesting for people to look into Winnipeg, everybody would be popping. Like, you don't just look into, Houdini, or you don't just look into Pressa. You look into the whole scene, like, who are these guys,
Yeah, and you try, and with fans are always going to try to find they find out the most information too. It's not like, because it's like a Survivor's kind of mentality, like the crabs in the bucket, it feels like, in our city. Like, it's like we're just like pulling guys that are kind of coming up, they get pulled down from a lot of these, like the newer guys and stuff, because it's like the Survivor's mentality, where it does seem like, man, like, it's like tough, so it's like we only think like they could be one guy, but no, you get like a whole scene, and everybody kind of thrives off of that scene specifically. Man. And it's like, I don't know how we have, like, how many fucking country channels do we have on the radio? And we don't even got a hip hop station.
No,
we don't even have one country artist in the city either. You're down to look it up.
Sphincter Peg Flaccid Toba.
Oh man,
I came up with my grandfather once told me that we live in hell's asshole, a frigid hell asshole. So going forward, I've chose to only refer to our wonderfully smelling city as Sphincter Peg Flaccid Toba. And you can coin me as the person that came up with that, because not a soul else has put that money down.
I think I seen an Instagram comment of someone saying that shit.
It was probably me.
Right.
And let me tell you something. We've got way too many people rocking on beats right now that sound like they're like Costa Rica, Tropicana, smooth breeze beats. We need dirty, stinky sounding music, and we don't have enough of that here in Sphincter Peg. We need something that emblemizes somebody falling over in the street and peeing their pants, because that's not what we have here.
Yeah,
we've got a bunch. No, this is not.
Just faded over here. He's listen, like listening to Kovin, like, what the fuck?
Listen. Let me stop here. There are people that are rocking on beats here that sound like Mom and Dad's Vacation to Punta Cana.
Yeah.
That's not what we're trying to do here.
Get your fucking mom and pop fucking beats out of here.
Mom and Dad's Vacation. It sounds.
Mom and pop beats would be crazy having them chorus.
No. It sounds like coconut music.
Coconut music, yeah.
Literal coconut music. Where is the dirty farty bass? Bass.
Okay, without the smells,
I want my trunk rattling.
Where's the dirty bass?
I want music that sounds
ears vibrating.
Yes, like a girl with the fur wheel, smoking weed behind the
fuzzy
wheel.
Dice on the
fuzzy dice, and the car stinks, and the transmission is wrecked, and it's just up the street. That is how Winnipeg music should sound. It sounds like Mom and Dad's Vacation right now, and I'm upset. And there's no support, you old dirty bastards. You are in. Let me finish.
Yeah.
There are men in their backyard Let me finish. There are men in their backyard with Canon cameras on tripods with no colored footage, rapping over boom bap beats about nothing. Yeah. And they're posting that on YouTube. They're saying, this is hard. This is the next level. This is the next wave. Get your dad's vacation camera out of there. You got that thing from Costco for $550. Don't bring up the tax, you bastard. And they're using the kit lens. The kit lens. Do you think they're using a prime? Do you think they're using a zoom? No. They use the kit lens at 28 millimeters.
Yeah.
Use a wide angle lens.
No. Use a 50 millimeter. Nifty 50. Get the bokeh in the background. Don't shoot it flat. Your videos look brown and ugly.
Spend $1,000 on a fucking lens.
They look brown.
They look dried out. They look colorless.
Dusty.
Dusty, dirty. Not...
Yo, these motherfuckers like, okay, it's supposed to be a 90s vibe. It's like, you got no choice. You got fucking, the quality's that bad. It has to look like that.
It has to look like that. Well, they're the midway point.
Oh, yeah.
There's a midway point between the power shoot and the VHS and the crappy Canon Rebel T4 eyes that look like butt when you look at that footage. And everyone looks orange. Everyone looks like they have a spray tan.
And get some fucking lighting, boys. Like, yo, when city's dark as fuck,
and people are filming,
and you're filming, and it's like, okay, we gotta wrap it up.
You're using the yellow piss lights they have all throughout Winnipeg.
Y'all need some light.
No, they're using the yellow piss lights. It does not look aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kovin's biggest rap and about who you can get on feature yellow piss lights. There we go.
Yellow piss lights? Hey. Is that an actual rapper?
No, just in the city you see the yellow lights?
Those
are piss lights. That's what he calls them. They give off a yellow lighting.
With piss
You're supposed to use white LED lights in your music videos.
It brings out the worst in people's skin complexion when you're filming a music video. I'm telling you right now.
Like you got jaundice.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
And then lots of these Winnipeg motherfuckers do have jaundice, so it's not giving them any help.
I thought I had jaundice once, but I'm just a light skin.
Me too, bro. Straight up, I was like, bro, I'm just Mexican. Never mind, I'm good. Straight up tripping like, bro, okay, I'm sick. I'm yellow. Oh no.
We'll get back into like
rearrange, get back on track here.
Favorite thing to do other than rap, bro. Both you guys.
Wii Sports. No, I'm kidding.
Wii Sports? Fucking Wii?
My favorite thing to do, man, honestly, I like the fucking. We'll go from here. I like doing lots of graphics. I like doing photos, videos with him aside from music. Lots of new art. I do lots of clothes and shit, like clothing adjustments and stuff like that. I want to get heavy into that.
Clothes, like Kanye West type shit, like start some brands and shit.
I've done lots of things with Ostrich and stuff, man. It's just releasing in a bit. Like I have to make a whole line. It costs a whole lot of money to do that. So I'm making a streetwear brand. Eventually, gonna go into that. Called Glomerate's like a label, but I also want to release it as not a streetwear brand, but almost like a cult type thing like Supreme, where there's a limited amount of releases and we always change the releases and stuff. We've done that for a while, but I want to expand on it. And then man, I play a lot of Call of Duty fucking Warzone, bro. Like
Warzone?
That's just fun, it's crazy. Aside from that too, I do a couple other businesses like advertisement stuff, which keeps me really busy. But aside from art and like tattoos, stuff like that, it's literally just mostly music and like fashion and shit. I'm like I said, I mentioned I'm going into the fashion, but I'm heavy into fashion, like traveling too, because I feel like traveling expands your view on things. How about you? And give a dead ass answer. Don't be like golfing with my uncle.
Dude, I'm not gonna say something.
Gotta have
like that.
Something serious.
I organize birthday parties at bathhouses, men's bathhouses within Winnipeg. We've got some awesome Aquaman themed birthday parties coming up within the next month or so. Come show up. It's an Aquaman themed birthday party.
Aquarius right across the street.
Right across the street, we're putting on Aquarius Bathhouse. Bring your best Aquaman costume.
Any latex.
Bro. Yo, you guys want to hear something funny? Bro?
Go ahead.
I got a buddy, Mitchy Moo. Shouts out to Mitchy Moo. He's a fucking funny ass guy. He was like messaging a bitch on Tinder, and she's like, you know how like Aquarius is the sign too, right? Yep. She had Aquarius in the Tinder thing, and he was like, "So you work at Aquarius?" She just never stopped. She was like,
for y'all don't know who are from like America and shit, because I have an American viewing. Aquarius is a bathhouse. If y'all know what a bathhouse is, it's where a bunch of gay men go to have sex. And
there's some
sometimes you bring a woman there. Sometimes if you like watching people watch you fuck a bitch, like they're all like 60, 70.
Hearsay.
It's kind of like that alpha male feeling, you know?
No, hearsay.
You bring her there on Valentines. You guys better leave a spot for me. Better not max out. Better leave a spot for me.
No, stop. That's where straight men get together to discuss comic books.
Yes.
Like Aquaman.
Exactly, and it's like a steam room. It exfoliates your pores, so while you're talking about Batman,
who's your favorite
it comes
superhero?
out.
Aquaman.
Your complexion gets fixed. Talk about Batman. You head out on your way. I don't know where all this hearsay comes out about whatever you're talking about.
Fucking.
Oh, and I like to hold up things I like to do in my spare time. I like to do lots of planning for the community. Like last year, on my own, without doing anybody with this, I ended up raising enough money to. I used to be a cook when I was in high school, right? And out of high school, I got my red seal for cooking. Oh, nice. So I came up with a plan. Lots of people bring food to the homeless and shit. I was like, what if we made 400 meals, and I made them as we handed them out, and we gave them warm food, bro. Silent Mission goes around. You wouldn't believe how many of these people, and I'm not doing this to flex, I'm not doing this, just lots of people don't have light, and maybe people could donate to my future one, and that's why I'm mentioning it, because it's a selfless thing. I don't make any money off of it. But I went on Main Street, obviously put all my phone away, put all my stuff away, because if they're going to rob you, what are they going to rob you of? Food? Yeah. All you have is food on you, right? Main Street's the scariest street in our city. It's like Chicago of Canada. So I handed out 400 warm meals to people, and lots of these people said they haven't had warm food in like years and stuff. So that's also something I like to fixate on in my free time. If I can do anything to help the community or help someone solely, then like I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, it's good to give back, man. Especially if you're up, right? Like if you're up, it's always good to lend a helping hand to the people that are below you. That's big, man.
Forensic facts.
Drink for that, bro.
And if you just end up giving donations, you don't know if they even receive it.
That's big too. Yeah, like a lot of these, like my buddy was telling me, like the Black Lives Matter, like those girls, the black girl that like owns and runs like some of that, like the campaign. She's living in these fucking huge ass mansions and shit. It's like,
that's
yo,
fucked.
how like is she
and
really
like,
giving back?
Yeah, literally. And
really?
at the time when I did that whole thing, I was living in my
bedrooms.
mom's basement. I made a few grand, obviously, to do it. I could have,
ran off of it.
Yeah, and did it a couple times, ran off with it. And it's scary too, man. It's not like just like I'm making it sound, it's easy. Like a guy literally grabbed a machete and almost fucking slit me in the neck, and a guy had to stand up and be like, no, he's bringing us water. And the one guy I brought as a volunteer, he dropped his shit and ran off. I looked behind him, he was gone, bro. But I'm like, no, we're here to help people. Like, we gotta do what we gotta do, bro.
Don't stab me, bro. I'm trying to help you.
I literally said that. I was like, man, I'm literally bringing us water. Like, what the hell?
That's good, man. That's
crazy.
But yeah, fucking it's month of February, guys. It's LUVR BOI season. We coined the term. Fucking ASAP Rocky got Rihanna pregnant, bro. You guys hear about this shit?
Yeah. It's upsetting because I couldn't do it first. I'm talking ASAP Rocky. No, I'm kidding.
A lot of fucking guys are like, cheese, bro. Rihanna,
but I feel like guys are happy because at least it's ASAP. You know, if you love something, you let it go, and it's like she's with ASAP Rocky. Good man's treating you right. He got his nails done all nice. He dressed all nice. He got that Raph. He got that Rick.
Me and my buddy Champagne Poppy both unfollowed them.
Yeah.
Me and followed them both. Me and him talk on occasion.
Drake be mad as fuck right now. I'm pretty sure probably Chris Brown too. Chris Brown probably mad.
It's definitely affecting the convoy. I can tell you
Oh yeah, big time. This has had such a adverse effect on the progress.
This is the reason why they stopped in Ottawa. This is the reason why they can't move the trucks. It's because they heard about ASAP
Rocky and everyone.
They're in the bars partying. They're partying.
That's why.
And the other bands are crying in hotels that they didn't nab Rihanna.
Yeah.
No cap.
Everybody's very upset right now.
No cap, dog.
Yeah. Yep. That's just funny. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm looking at like with Kanye West and the Drake. The Kanye West Drake beef.
Yeah.
I at first, bro, I was like thinking like Drake was up, right? Like I'm like, okay, Drake's beating Kanye, but like now, like Drake lost Rihanna to ASAP. I think in Kanye West.
What? He lost Kim K to Pete Davidson, boy. Pete Davidson got no swag, dog.
But Pete Davidson be slanging dick, and I think the word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like Pete Davidson fucked Ariana.
He got he's funny though. He's funny too. I'll give him that.
And bitches love funny.
Bitches like guys who are funny, man. All of a sudden, their stomach's like, and I'm in their stomach. That's how it goes, bro.
You got a hold in their stomach.
Who's the better looking between the two, Kanye or Drake?
You know what, man?
Who has the better jawline? I'm giving you 5 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with Drake because Kanye West was in that crash, bro, and his jaw was off to the side.
Straight up.
He wrote his graduation though. Okay. That adds
Drake,
10 points.
That's not what you asked him. You asked him who's the better looking man. Yeah, Drake is.
That doesn't mean it doesn't add to it.
Drake with the little heart in his hair. You see that?
It kind of looks like a dick.
It does, bro.
But it's fire.
What do you think it smells like?
I bet Drake.
What the fuck?
I bet Drake.
You met him?
No. I'm saying I bet Drake smells like cinnamon. He
cinnamon?
Looks like a cinnamon nigga.
Looks like a cinnamon kind of guy.
Sure.
Yeah. Literally
what do you think?
Cinnamon hearts.
You gotta be honest. What do you
cinnamon
think?
And a little bit of champagne.
Cinnamon hearts. You gotta think of something else. I'm giving you 5 seconds.
Cranberry.
Cold facts. Cranberry, buttermilk, sugar mixed together.
I imagine Drake has that smell of like the fleecy sheets, you know, like those things. Like he just fleecy
sheet.
Kind of fresh.
Yeah. Would you lift weights with him?
I would. Yeah. I'll do.
You would?
Yeah. Would you?
Absolutely. In a heartbeat.
I'd lift weights and I'd talk shit too.
I've heard words about him being part of the reptilian race.
Oh yeah.
And in collaboration with Bohemian Grove. That's why there's an owl symbol and all this satanic symbolism in Champagne Poppy's music videos and in his recordings. Yeah. He's a really scary guy.
Yeah, and dude, he grew
Don't let the Degrassi stuff fool you. He is I heard...
He grew up Jewish, bro.
You know,
You know Drake. The motherfuckers own the banks. You know?
Hey, we're not getting into there. That's racialist. That's a very inappropriate conspiracy theory, but let me tell you something.
99% of the banks own
No, that's unacceptable. Let me tell you something. Cold facts right now. If you told me that Drake drank goat's blood, I might have to believe you. But I don't know for sure.
And the Bohemian Grove shit is like
thank you, brother.
The thing is, it's not an owl though. The Bohemian Grove is like a goat, isn't it? The Bohemian.
It's actually a goat owl.
It's actually an owl, isn't it listed? OVO crew. I didn't shave my chest. It's awkward.
It's what you call. It's actually what you call a gowl.
A gowl.
It's part of the blood ritual.
Goat owl?
It's a gowl, not a goat owl. That's phonetically incorrect. It's a gowl. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this happened in they do these blood moons, wherein they worship Saturn every Thursday after Everybody Loves Raymond reruns. Okay. And what happens is
what does this have to do with Rihanna?
This has a lot to do with Rihanna. Let me get into this. When the sun and the moon are positioned in this exact spot, Drake has to drink adrenochrome from goat.
I believe it.
What is
adrenochrome? Adrenochrome is a baby goat's first reaction upon being slayed, and he gathers the blood. I am saying nothing but facts on this podcast today. Hey, look, and this guy agrees with every word I'm saying.
You don't want to talk about the Jews owning banks, but you could go into that, bro.
No, I don't want to talk about that. We're not going there. But we will talk about that.
You might get canceled after that rant. But speaking of canceled, you guys want to talk about Joe Rogan? Our boy Joe?
Let me tell you something about Joe Rogan. I want complete silence here because I need to tell you the truth about this. Joe Rogan has a cryo chamber. To maintain how he looks now, he looks the same as he did when he was 25. He looks the same as he did when he was 25. Let's get this right, okay? Mm-hmm. He goes into this cryo chamber that's filled with
He looks the same when he was.
Let me finish. It's full of manga. The cryo chamber is covered with black and white manga, and he absorbs the rays from the manga that's plastered all throughout his cryo chamber. And this causes him to maintain his body mass, which he displays proudly in his podcast. So let me tell you something about Joe Rogan. Would you fight him?
No.
Would you?
He's on juice, bro. He's on juice.
Bro, even if you fucking start losing, I'd come up and kick him in the head,
bro.
We're not fighting fair. It's Winnipeg.
You've got the match.
Big floor, boy.
He's got the gains.
Joe Rogan, come here. We fucking doing here, bro. We ain't doing fair, dog.
He's got the gains. You got the mass. You got the integrity. You could take him down. Let's get Winnipeg Clark out of the mix. Stop this.
What the fuck? I just sound like I was from Florida. It ain't gonna be no fight. We're gonna jump Joe Rogan, boy.
Get out of town, Thatch, for just this second right here. We get Winnipeg Clark out of the pool with the mud in it. You bring Joe Rogan in. I'm seeing the same results again.
Right after I fight Joe Clark.
We get Winnipeg Clark. We get Winnipeg Clark with Joe Rogan, and we jump them both.
You're going to tag team him.
Top of the clout.
For sure.
Yeah. Top of the clout. But then we give...
match?
Absolutely.
But then we would give Winnipeg Clark clout by doing that.
Or me and Thatch would do tag team.
We'd have to jump Winnipeg Clark, then jump Joe Rogan, so we'd build up.
It's a 2-on-2 fight.
2-on-1.
I'm seeing you coming for the belt.
Me and Jay on them. 2 versus 1. We don't fight fair. It's Winnipeg. Big 4.
I don't know.
That's how we have to rule it. It's Winnipeg.
I don't know.
That's why we have no professional sports teams.
Look, I believe you.
Jatsu?
Look, I trust your spirit.
We need a fucking basketball team, okay?
I trust your spirit. I don't know if I trust everything else, though.
I'd be on the basketball team. You know why? Because we don't have enough people to play basketball in Winnipeg.
I just moved to Toronto.
I'm not that good.
Are you kidding me? You are great. You are
At
great.
Basketball, I'm
No, you stop that right now. I've saw you on that court. I've saw the way you move.
I'm no Jack Harlow. I'm no little baby. But
no, you stop that with the doubting. You are Kobe Bryant.
My guy, I'm 5'4". I sound like Mickey Mouse.
You're 6'3".
I'm 5. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
You can move on that court.
I'm actually 5'11" for the shorties out there.
I'll be on my team.
If you've ever seen a man move like that.
Yo, I had these shoes called the 6'8" 1000s or 6'8" 3000s. They're by JD Smith. They're called Vision Racers. Yeah. They're this big on this little bro. Shorty ain't even know. I walk up 6'1", like, what's up? What's poppin'? She like, man, you tall.
6'1" in heels.
Yeah, no, shorty, I be tall.
Bro, that shit funny.
Well, they're integrated, bro. They just look like Yeezys, man.
Let me tell you something.
The top's really small.
Let me tell you something about.
Tell me something, bro.
Tell us something.
What Thatch wanted to originally start the group name off with, thinking, hey, a lot of artists really big into fashion, really big into clothes.
Bro, don't diss Drew.
What, are you bringing up some old shit?
No, he's good at Conglomerate is the name since I was 16. He's got to just make fans that watch it be like, wait, it wasn't him before Conglomerate is the original name.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't the name?
What was the fantasy name?
What was the fantasy name?
Fantasy name that Kovin came up with.
It wasn't what I came up with.
They were gonna do. Kovin wanted it to be named.
No, that's not what it was.
What did you want it to be named?
They were gonna start off as, since they're really into fashion, 1 foot in the closet.
1 foot in the closet.
So that's
let me
what
finish.
you
Let me
wanted
finish.
Conglomerate to be.
Let me finish. And that didn't work in. Really into gangster shit.
Yeah.
The guys who break in the back door. That didn't work either. That's too direct. Way too direct. Okay?
Yeah.
So finally, they had to move it a little bit forward. Okay? And they decided they were going to go with... Get this. I forgot.
Wait for it, guys.
I forgot. Man, it's all this cigarette smoke. It's making my brain slow down.
Okay, if you could think of it at any time, then...
Just let us know, alright?
Yes. Okay, you guys were like a bunch of guys together. You were a bunch of brothers together, but you kept it on the down low. What you were doing with the music and all that other stuff. So you were gonna be the down low brothers with 1 foot in the closet that break in the back door, and that was gonna be the ultimate rap group name. Yeah. But it was too many words, so he settled on cult. You can't fit all that in there. Yeah. He fit it into Conglomerate.
Okay.
So that's how it happened. That's how the name came about. Now, most people don't know this. I only
I'm just life's done on the table.
I only found out about this because I played Ocarina of Time 4 times, and I figured this out.
True.
You can go on. Whatever you were saying.
I was wife just left me pose.
Yeah, dude. He's started rubbing his head. Oh man, bro, you guys hear about this shit? Kodak Black was shot in the leg, bro. This weekend.
Wait, at Justin Bieber's party?
Justin Bieber's party, bro. He was shot in the leg, bro.
That's fucked.
Kodak Black.
Did they figure out who shot him in the leg?
I don't know, man. Hopefully it's the G rules though. It's just no one telling.
It was Justin Bieber.
He was
stop making records at my party. Little pink pistol. His purse. He was like,
what kind of pistol do you think Justin Bieber rocked?
Little pink Glock 22.
With
the one with the two.
With the cat anime fucking little cat.
The Call of Duty fucking skin with the anime tracers and shit.
Yeah. I bet Justin Bieber's got like a hentai fucking camo.
A baby Glock. The gun from fucking Pineapple Express. This is my stripper's gun.
You can fit it in a boot. But that shit crazy, bro. I heard Kanye West is refusing to do Coachella until Billie Eilish apologizes to Travis Scott. You hear about this shit, guys?
Yep.
Yeah? This shit, wow.
Yep.
So like, I just read about this story today, bro. Like, it was, I guess, like a week ago, Billie Eilish stopped her show to make sure a fan was okay and shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, I guess Kanye took it personally. And he's like, yo, you gotta apologize to Travis and shit like that. So, like...
Well, she made a personal statement, too, saying just because she makes someone pick up her inhaler, oh, I can make someone pick up my inhaler. My side on it is, okay, it's a controversial ass thing, and this is going to get the clicks. Travis Scott really, like, being a performer, you really can't see what's beyond that first row, honestly. So it was the security's job to then contact him, hey, we need to stop the show. Security on scene actually never gave any call out. So for Billie Eilish to be like in a lit up concert probably during the day where she could see everybody and everybody made a big deal about the inhaler going on the ground, we were like, what the fuck? But in lots of these things, I used to play punk rock, right? Yeah. And in lots of these punk rock shows, this never comes forward. You can look it up. Lots of people do die at these rock shows, punk shows. It just isn't. It's all on paper to be covered. Travis Scott didn't expect it. That was all fucked by security. So when Vans Warped Tour used to occur, they actually used to have signs saying anybody willing to, pretty much if you are willing to get hurt, pass beyond the gate, which is why they made the mistake, because people are saying, oh, there was kids. Yeah, they were true, there was kids there, but also parental advisory. I grew up on Redwood. My mom wouldn't let me run around past 11 o'clock, right? Just like if you seen there was a huge crowd, you shouldn't bring your kid into it, even if at chance you would lose your child. But again, like, you know what I mean? It's not like Travis Scott got, we need to shut it down, and he was like, keep it going. He sees one person on a stretcher. For all he knows, that person could have been brought in from the back. That person could have took improper drugs. That person could be having a seizure. That person could have epilepsy. What's he supposed to expect? What he's supposed to do is he's supposed to continue the show going so people don't go into a panic and more issues are created. Because imagine what would have happened if he dealt with that differently. There's people dying. Everyone would have started freaking out. There would have been people stepping on each other's faces.
Running out.
Hundreds dead. Hundreds dead.
And there was always like the rumors were like someone was like jabbing someone with like drugs and shit. Exactly. And that was all false and shit. And a lot of those security guards and the paramedics, they were like volunteers and shit. They were paid like minimum wage. They didn't have all the training and shit. So it was like It fell down to like I guess the promoters and the venue builders or whatever. So it was a big thing though. Like it's crazy that it was like what $1 billion of lawsuits and shit from everybody, which is kind of fucked up. But yeah,
which is ridiculous too. And like I said, Travis Scott's someone who's created lots of albums, done lots for the music industry, and it's messed up to see how fast people just switch and throw people into the fire. Because Travis Scott isn't someone who wants to hurt humanity or do anything wrong. And it's not like he planned and invited these people in order to...
I think he is. He's a dirty guy. He's doing bad news bears things. No, I'm kidding.
You're making me sound really bad.
I'm kidding. I'm agreeing.
But lots of people actually broke into the venue, which he didn't support, but the security should have watched better. So it's beyond capacity. So if capacity would have been along, so who's really to blame? You know, if it's almost like 30 people get shot at a game.
Oh shit. No, it's not good. You could.
But 30 people get shot at an NFL game, right?
Yeah.
And then they start blaming the NFL.
No, like I completely agree with you, bro. And like it's weird, like with Kanye West trying to make Billie Eilish apologize. Like obviously after what happened with Travis Scott, right? I bet a lot of artists are now like more visual, right? You learn from like people's mistakes. You could learn from this shit.
Exactly.
And it's like Billie Eilish obviously probably didn't even mention Travis Scott. She just said like, yo, we try to make sure that everyone's doing good.
She also made the statement though that she's not like Travis Scott.
Oh, she did. She said that. Okay,
that's why Kanye West is taking a stand and almost refusing to now perform, because he's the law in a lot of ways, right? Like he's advertisement in a lot of ways. He gets himself in media on purpose, right? He does lots of this shit on purpose. So I think literally it's like Kanye West is kind of the law. He's a multi-billionaire and he doesn't see it right? So he's now, you know, standing up for someone who kind of doesn't deserve to be in as fucked situation as they are. Cool. It's like after one of my shows, 4 people got attacked with mace, and it wasn't connected to my show. But what if those people were like, I got attacked with mace because it, like, no, it wasn't. They left the event. Like, people can take like, there were different people in the event, and I kind of, like, was almost a journalist with it. People said there was certain space around here, there was space around here. So it's really just people trying to force their ways into the front and almost go against the barricades and stuff, and that's why people ended up passing away.
Yeah, it's just...
selfishness and wanting to see the concert is what killed people.
For sure. And then, like...
human greed, really.
And it was weird because they ended up blocking up that ambulance, too, which was kind of fucked. And, like it's a mob mentality, man. Like, people, like, start trampling each other and shit. And once that happens, it's, like, it's pretty fucking hard to control it. No matter, like, you got, a couple police on the scene, but... Dude, how can you stop a fucking stampede, bro? Like, just mosh pits and people just...
And that's the sad part, too. And like you're saying, the people on the ambulance, it's not like Travis Scott was like, jump on the fucking ambulance. It's really the people that were there that are at fault.
He wasn't. And it's easy to... Because with hip-hop, especially because a lot of music is fucking aggressive, it's easy to just tie the two together. It's like, oh, yeah, he's inciting riot, but... I mean, if his song is like, yo, it's rage, mosh pit, shit, like, it's music.
It was during 90210 that was happening. If you heard that, it's like, nah. You're telling me people were like, nah. Like, it was poor fucking people trying to push to the front of the crowd. And I've been at a punk show before. Yeah. People pushing at the front of the crowd. You feel it on your back. You feel it on your chest. People are being, like...
And if it's packed, you can't... Oh, they said, like, if you lift your hands up, you couldn't put them back down or something because it was that packed.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, there's a whole lot of shit
It's selfishness and greed that really killed a lot of people there, man. Mm-hmm. Are you down to get up a one?
Oh, yeah, man. You got one more,
I'll probably be cashed out, ganged.
No problem, bro. I got you. Talk about this story, bro. And I mean, we were talking about this a little bit before the podcast. The Jesse, what's his name, bro? Jesse Mush?
Mush.
Mushy Jesse? Bro, I remember I was chilling with, like, Spag King?
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with him anymore.
Yeah,
like
fuck Spag King.
Fuck that. Yo, he's stingy as fuck.
Yo, fuck Spag King. Yo.
He really stingy.
Yo, I heard you, I heard you chased him with a bat? Yeah.
That shit got around.
Yo, Jay told me, he's like, Spag King's a pussy. I was like, fuck you, bitch.
I'll tell the story about that, bro. Like, this motherfucker, like he's trying to be like almost like Suge Knight, like he like a label owner kind of guy. And I just remember, bro, like he was fucking over Javon and me, and we were doing this song.
And me, bro, he fucked me over. That's why I like sticks, bro.
He left all his fucking artists out to hang, bro, and he was just counting money for himself. And I was like, I remember I gave him like money and shit to get the site going. Right?
Yeah, Jay told me about this. He chased him with the fucking bat.
And he kept going like, yo, I ran off. And
He's a pussy.
Bro, I gave him money to edit videos. He edited like 2 videos for me and shit. And then I just remember going like, all right, just keep the money, bro, fuck it. And then he starts going like on Twitter, bro, like, I ran off on this nigga, he ain't shit. And all this stuff. And I go like, dude, I gave you a lot of shit. And then like, yo, and then you didn't come through with what your end of the bargain. So... He was like, yeah, really flexing, like yo, ran off on this, bro. Like guy, he was like flexing, like it was like, I'm like, bro, you ain't got shit. I gave you a lot of that shit. I gave you the site and shit to start it up, and like, yo, you ain't put none of the people on. You're just trying to do your own thing.
Straight up, bro.
So I was like, yeah. So he kept messaging me saying I ain't gonna do shit. I pulled up with a bat to his mom's place, and then, bro, like, and it was like I was about to crack him in the skull, and then he started hiding behind his mom, bro. And I'm like, bro, and I like rushed his door, bro. And I came in like, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking, what am I gonna do? Crack it in front of his mom? And he was like, yo, mom, call the police and shit, bro. Like that was what happened, bro. And I go like, really, bro, you really still gonna? And then I'm driving home like, man, this motherfucker pissed me off, but he's hiding in front of his mom, bro, or behind his mom, and I'm like. Then he's still trying to text like, you ain't shit, bro. Police coming and shit. And I'm like, nigga,
he's a bitch.
What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that about, bro?
He ripped him off a bunch of money for the site and then said he ran off on it.
And then you
see Jay, like, you don't think Jay's gonna be like, yo, drag Ziggy's ass like straight up.
At first I was like, yo, just keep the money, whatever, bro, it's whatever. But and then when you're trying to fucking like be like, oh, yo, you ain't shit, and yo, like, you a bitch.
I actually heard the situation. Jay was super nice, helped Ziggy kickstart everything because he's a bum, he has no job, super fucking or whatever, right?
Let me borrow some weed, bro. Here's some weed. Yo, so you still got that
to
weed.
be like, I'm Professor Finesser about it after Jay gave him a handout. That's pussy shit.
Yeah, that is. It was in it, but
and that's why I'll say it on the podcast. Like I canceled.
But how I met Jesse Mush was through Ziggy. And I remember, bro, I was like chilling with him. I think it was when he was doing those shows. He was starting those shows up and shit. And I think I met Post War too, and I met the other guy. There's a lot of those rappers and shit. But I remember I seen Jesse.
You met Post. I feel like you met me back then too.
I
used to have blonde hair back then.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. I met
with
you,
the yellow sweater.
I seen you performing that for sure, bro. A couple of shows. But it was probably lit.
Yeah, I was zanned out all the time, bro.
Jaw hanging low.
Straight up zanned, bro.
But I remember I had a bunch of Zans because my buddy wanted. They were off-brand Zans, though. They were like the half dose, quarter dose Zans, those little pills. I had like 20 or 30 of them. And like, yo, this shit, like my buddy wanted some. So I ordered them from India. But this shit came so slow because I guess like it was open like 4 or 5 times through the like postal service because they kept checking the bag thinking like what are these pills because they're just little white pills. But they're like off-brand Zans. So I had them, and it took like 5-6 months for me to get them. So by the time when my body wanted them, he's like, man, I already got another guy, or now, but he's like, I'm into fucking perks now, or some shit. He's like, I don't do Xanax. I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. I just sat on them for so long, and I talked to Jesse, and Jesse was like, yeah, man, I'll take them, bro. I know a couple people. I'm like, yeah, if you can move them, bro, I gave him like 20 pills for like 35, maybe it might have been 20 or 30. $20 or $40, bro, and it was a good deal. And I remember, bro, this guy's like, comes to me like in like 3 days. And he's like, yo, you got any more pills? And I'm like, bro, what? You sold them all? He's like, no, I did them all.
You got
like
munchies.
20, 30 days.
Munchies.
Munchies, bro. He just ate those pills, and I look over to Ziggy, and I'm like, yo, Ziggy, like. And he's like, don't sell him any more pills, bro. He's fucking gonna overdose and shit. I'm like, okay, bro.
That'd be crazy. Yeah.
That dude fucking ate them all, and he's like, yo, you got any more, dog? I'm like, you didn't sell them?
That's fucked,
You just did them all, bro?
And yo, is it all good if I use the washroom quick?
Oh, yeah, bro.
In 1 second. Kovin will continue this one.
Continue this podcast when you speak.
We could wrap this bitch up soon.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
Like about an hour.
It's been a hot minute,
bro. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. I just need to confirm with you if you're actually serious about this whole wrestling thing.
The wrestling thing, no. I'm serious about. Yo, if you do videos, bro, I'm really down. I need someone to film video, or at least edit it.
Edit it.
Yeah, some edits, cause like I got so much footage and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck, man. I got Windows Maker.
You got Windows Movie Maker?
I'm like, man, my laptop is so old that like when I'm fucking editing high res videos, it's just
my
lagging,
laptop
bro.
does the same thing, and guess what? It's a MacBook Pro from 2016. Listen, planned obsoleteness is a real thing, especially when it comes to those things. They have all types of like what's it called? The video cards. You can't replace them. You can't clean anything out. Human dust, skin, all types of shit gets trapped inside these laptops, and you can't replace them. So editing 480p standard def footage for me is like going through a slideshow. You know what 480p is? It's like a VHS. Pretty much VHS. Editing VHS is like slideshow with a MacBook Pro. Keep in mind, I haven't been on some foreign websites doing all types of crazy stuff. All I've done with this thing is edit videos. Stop it,
just GBW.
You are literally Plaster Jonathan right now. You are being Plaster Jonathan. This is not Thatcher Robinson. This is Plaster Jonathan. This man has supplied Plaster Jonathan, and here he is, present with us.
He's not plaster, bro. He looks pretty good.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you.
I'd take 12 tequilas at the bar, amigo. Holy fuck, the Mexicans coming out. Maybe I am plaster. No, I'm kidding.
Some tequila, bro. No, but
Really
back
enjoying
onto,
himself.
Two iPhone story.
You want to talk about the two iPhone story, bro? So I got two iPhones, right? These two iPhones. I ordered these phones, right? I ordered a Samsung S20 from this weird. I thought it was a scam, bro. Like, these guys emailed me and like, yo, you need some phones. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll go grab a new phone. You can get any phone, give you a better deal, like $45 a month or something. I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. Unlimited data or whatever bullshit. So I'm like waiting for them to send me this phone, bro. And then I get this. I'm like, dude, I get this package, and they're like, sign for it. So I signed for the package. I open it up. It's two fucking iPhones, and I'm like, bro, I ordered S20s, bro. One S20. They gave me two iPhone 12s. And then I'm like, they're like, yo, can you send it back? You gotta pay express shipping and shit. And I'm like, I'm about to hand it in, and then they tell me like how much the express shipping was. It was like $25, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm like, what's gonna happen, bro? Like, they sent me the wrong thing, right? And
just take the two iPhones.
And that's what I did. So that's what I did, right? The guy's calling me up, and I have a podcast of him calling me, and on the podcast, I answer it, and my buddy that I used to do the podcast with.
Wait, do you still have the second iPhone?
I have two iPhones, yeah.
You sell another iPhone?
I got another iPhone, yeah. Give it to my baby
Might
mama.
buy another iPhone on
This is the iPhone
on
there,
Mediumjay podcast.
shipping it out for the low, bro. But, it was just so funny because he called on the podcast. He called, bro, and we prank called because my buddy told him like, yo, yeah, Jay's was in a serious car wreck, so I don't know, he's probably not going to be able to like get to the phone anytime soon, bro. So like they tried to charge me like $1,300. No, it was like $3,000 for two iPhones, like $1,500 each. They tried to charge me, so this fucking on my credit. So I just called the credit guys. I'm like, yo, that's not me. That they fucked up because they gave me a Rogers bill. I work with TELUS. They should have gave me a TELUS. So I'm like, I got these phones, and then like I was like kind of tripping because I'm like, I don't want to pay $3,000 for these phones. And then they looked into it and they're like, yeah, dude, it's like a scam. And I'm like, yeah, it was a scam, right? There's some shit because they fucked up the shipping. So I was like, dude, I just ran off of the fucking the phone plug.
Fuck scammers.
Bro, they accidentally sent it to me. I was like, dude, that never happens, bro. Like, it's this fucking...
Bro, that's a blast.
Yeah, lifetime thing. So that's why we're recording this shit in 4K right now, bro. Weekend show, bro.
Blessing, boy.
Yeah, bro. Like, miracles happen.
That's
sometimes
fire, dog.
Sometimes you gotta take it. People are like, yo, just everyone I talk to, like, why give it?
And fuck Ziggy, too. That's why we're like, fuck Ziggy squad. I'm only Mexican. I can't say it on the podcast.
Are you doing the Joe Rogan? Yeah. It's Black History Month, bro.
I'm only Mexican, bro. I can't say it on the podcast.
Bro, look, you know how light I am, bro? I be giving out N-word passes to white boys. I actually gave an N-word pass to Joe Rogan, but it expired.
Oh, man.
Well, please cut that
better catch him outside the cryo chamber. Yeah, man.
Okay, but legit.
Talking about fucking...
But legit, we're going to cut that part out.
No. Did you say it?
I did.
Oh, man. No, it's all good, bro. I'll give you the pass. It's a 24-hour pass, so you can go home and say it. But once the time expires, bro, you better watch out, bro. Because remember, I am the lightest black guy out there. This nigga might be mad. No, but... talking about fucking just stories with Jesse and Ziggy and shit and fucking, you know,
Javon. I'm Mexican.
Yeah, that'd be good. It's like Joey.
I'll be good. 6ix9ine says it. I'm more Mexican than 6ix9ine. I'll be good.
As long as your heart's in the right place, bro. But let's talk about Javon, bro. Javon out here selling lean, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to charge me like, is it $100 a line? Is that a good deal?
He getting that bottle for $300. I'm gonna expose Javon out here. Javon, what are you doing, bro? You charged
like $120 for a line, bro. And I looked at him like, the fuck, bro? Like, I'll get back to you, bro. But I'm like,
we ain't kind that part out, honestly, on God, because I'm Mexican. So if anybody's mad, that's fucked up.
Oh shit! But yeah,
I ain't gonna get Billie Eilish.
No. You're not getting. Yeah, you ain't getting canceled.
Nobody canceled 6ix9ine for that. Okay.
Well, I think the FBI tried to. The FBI tried to cancel.
They canceled him for snitching. Different.
Yeah. But man, fuck 6ix9ine. By the way, fuck that rainbow hair guy. he's all about. And I think it was it Adam 22 that did this first interview?
Yeah, it was Adam 22 in 2017. So he was September of 2017, August.
I remember I seen a recent interview like a couple of years, maybe a year ago, where he was like, "Man, I feel bad, like, cause like I kind of put this guy on and shit, and I didn't know like he fucked up a lot of people."
And here's the thing, Duke was lying in that interview a lot. Like Duke lied through a big chunk of it too. Yeah. So no, I'm not a fan of Duke's neither. Oh, yeah. It's been a long time since Duke has made something of interest in my view.
Very true. You
co-sign that, Mr. Robbins?
Very true. Just with wasn't Duke only with Young Thug, with just Young Thug, and it was a mixtape, so.
Oh yeah, on the first mixtape that came out,
which was ages ago.
Duke was doing really crazy stuff in 2016 though, but he never stuck with that aesthetic. Like he was hanging out the side of car windows. He was, you had this chick like riding back and forth like with hooks coming out of her back. If you look up Anarchy XY, you look up any of his like really early material. There's a lot of really interesting stuff he was doing when he first started. But I find that as he progressed and as once Gummo came out, everything like I don't know if you saw Helsing Station, like all that aesthetic just went out the window, and it just like there's something so phony about it. Even then, it really was disingenuous.
Because it was written by Zillakami, right?
No, it wasn't. Trife Drew wrote Gummo. Zillakami wrote all the stuff. Helsing Station. Everything before that. Trife Drew wrote everything. That guy hasn't wrote a word in his life, bro.
Yeah, and even then, no, bro. A lot of his shit's kind of like just. It was the vibe of just being with a bunch of bloods. It was like, because like I think Adam 22 said it, bro. Like if it was just with like 5 dudes posted up on the block, it probably wouldn't have gotten nearly as big as where he was, right?
No,
and
exactly.
It's fucked up how as soon as 6ix9ine came out after snitching, he's still back on his trolling shit, and it's like, bro, like. You got all these security guards and shit. Like how, like anybody that's like not a kid would like. Obviously, the kids are still fucking with him. And
shit. Yeah, the Zoomers love his stuff.
I haven't listened to his shit since he got locked, bro.
I had a buddy that raps in the city too, and he's like, if you know Trey 33.
I think I know who that is.
That dude, he's like, bro, I fucking heard someone play 6ix9ine at a party, bro, and I just walked out.
Yo, guys, my ride is here. I gotta go downstairs.
Bro. Oh yeah.
All right, Kovin Kestnar's out the podcast. Have a great night, Kovin.
I gotta do the dash.
No, that's all good, bro.
See you later, Cove.
See you, man.
Say.
You got any Instagram you want to plug in?
Kovin Kestnar, come here.
Yo, let me get this straight.
Kovin Kestnar at Conglomerate. This is my man's at 49 Sinners. He's out the building. You can
Kovin_Kestnar. You hit me up on Instagram. I've got all types. So check out my music video, Bud Dwyer. Check out 49 Sinners. Check out all the joints that we dropped on
music video budget too. We do $600 to $1,000
for the 35 millimeter 4K type stuff.
$20,000 worth of equipment.
There's some serious equipment on site.
The same shit Nelk Boys uses, but better.
Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I'll probably link. I'll get Thatcher to send me your.
Oh
shit.
Get me on the gram. And don't forget about the mud wrestling, okay?
We're gonna fuck up Winnipeg Clark. I'm gonna be in the corner like, Jay, get him. Get him.
I'm gonna hit a Muay Thai fucking
There's
gym.
gonna be lots of body oil. And there's gonna be a lot of shirts flying everywhere.
Get to your town safe.
Body oil.
He came all the way from another city to do this interview, legitimately.
No, I would only do it for you. I wouldn't do it for
It's just a town above, but...
Where is he from?
From Pine Falls, but he's in Selkirk.
Okay. That's dope. But
he came from Selkirk.
Appreciate you coming on the pod, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah. And then...
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
We'll be dropping this shit all the time.
It'll be worth it. People will still be like lit.
I think we should wrap this up, bro. I'm getting really fucking saucy right now, bro.
The fucking fat chick.
So, you want to hear one? Okay.
Sharing the fat chick story? Are we ending it on the sharing?
On the fat chick story. Okay. So it's like, it's fucking love boy season. Fat chicks need love too, guys.
Straight up.
So I got this.
Hold up, wait. Move your seat over here.
Okay. So I was like, I remember I was fucking this fat black chick, right? And I was fucking her so good. And I remember, bro, like, it was like, she was thick and I couldn't, like, I fucked her and I felt the condom breaking, bro. I'm like, fuck, dude.
I used to have a trick for that when I was in high school, or you'd pop up and it'd get caught and it'd be like, and split it, bro.
Bro, the thumb.
It was all fun till I had 2 kids. No, I'm kidding.
It's fun when you're hitting it from the back and you have the thumb. You stick your thumb out and just rip the condom.
Yeah,
but
straight up.
I don't do that shit. You know, I'd be playing nice. I'd be playing nice and safe because that shit does fuck with you. But I was fucking her and the condom broke. And like, bro, I'm like trying to pull out. You know when you're like inside like a fat chick and you're on top of her and it's like you're trying to like. I'm like, yo, there's a lot of rolls that got me pushed in. And the way I was like trying to pull out, but at the same time, I was about to come, bro. And then I just coming out of this bitch because it was like a beanbag, bro. I was like stuck in and I couldn't fucking get out of it. And I came inside this bitch and then I was like, yo, I was like tripping and she's like, I was like, yo, like you got anything? I was like tripping and she's like. No, and I'm like, yo, but how about a bait? Like, if you get pregnant, what are you gonna do and shit? And she's like, I'll just get an abortion. She's like, I had a bunch of abortions. I'm like, okay, cool. So it was all good on that end. But I just remember being like, yo, I couldn't get out to I couldn't pull out to save my life, bro.
Bro, that reminds me of a fast
no
story, man.
bro.
Okay, so I'm texting this chick on Snapchat for 2 months, bro. Okay, yeah. And I'm busy. I'm out of the country, doing things across the city for advertisement. Yeah. And she looked like Lana Del Rey on her profile and shit. Right, I'm about to link her, right? Yeah. So I go down to her crib, and all of a sudden, this chick dead ass catfish me, bro. She's a big body, but I hit it. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
You're already there.
But I was climbing out like a beanbag, so I felt like I was like, whoa.
Oh, bro.
Luckily, she had the IUD. Otherwise, I might have another baby out there, yo. I might have a Adonis out there, bro.
Oh, shit, bro. Oh, man, that's just funny as fuck, bro.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, man. Should we wrap this bitch up?
Yeah. So, Thatcher Robinson on all medias, no spaces. Thatcher Robinson with space T Robinson on Twitter. Mediumjay on Instagram, as y'all already know. I got a new album coming out around June. Yeah. And a new single probably coming right after this called Ragers. So, y'all should peep that shit. Lover Boy just came out. Speaking of Lover Boy, Bro, Lover Boy season. Valentine's Day, y'all go listen to that album. Drake stole my fucking album cover. Mediumjay said it first.
I said that shit. I'm like, yo. He came out with Certified Lover Boy, bro. I'm like, yo, didn't you have some shit?
I leaked that last year. Yeah, he steals from Canadian artists. On God.
I've seen a lot of shit where I'm like, yo, this is like some underground shit that I've seen before on Drake. Or when he went to Jamaica, bro, he started talking like a Jamaican, bro. Like, he just steals these guys.
And Toronto, man. You start talking like Toronto, like, I can get straight into the Toronto shit, dog. Yeah. But only if I'm in Toronto. Otherwise, everybody thinks you're speaking gibberish out here.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. You go to the States with Toronto lingo and they're like, what the fuck is this? Teams. But yeah. It's a teams. What are you talking about?
Make sure to run up the rest of his videos and the rest of my videos. I'm sure he'll link it at the end.
Good. I'll throw it in the description. But yeah, that's the weekend show with Mediumjay. And
have a great Valentine's Day. And if y'all are watching this after Valentine's Day, yo, you just got a new shorty. Treat it like it's Valentine's Day every day, yo.
Give that bitch flowers once a week.
Even if you're a player, it's even better. That's how you dog them out better. They ain't expect nothing. You can have 4 chicks running,
Yes, sir.